Section 4, Video 2. Graphing giving the intercepts is pretty straightforward. If you were to plug a 0 in for y, you'd get the x-intercept. If you were to plug a 0 in for x, you'd get the y-intercept, which gives you 2 points. The x-intercept in this case is at 1. Again, this is the x-axis. The y-intercept is up here, so the y-intercept is 3. That goes there, and again, all you need is 2 points to graph a line, and that would be good. Given an equation in slope-intercept form, you're given two things, the slope and the y-intercept. The y-intercept, again, is on the y-axis. That's right there. And again, you need 2 points to graph a line, so you would go from the y-intercept and you would apply the slope. The slope, again, is rise over run. So in this case, we have a rise of -5, which means we go down 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With a run of 1, so 1 to the right, that's a positive 1. And that is our second point, in which we would connect the dots, and we have our graph. On this next one, we have an equation given in standard form, so you can graph it two ways. And I'm going to show you both ways. Lots of people struggle with solving for y. If I tried to solve this for y, I would subtract 2x, which would give me -3y equals -2x minus 3. I would then divide both sides by -3, which leaves me with a y equals, I have to write this fraction down, which is a positive 2/3 x. Then I have to write this fraction down, which is a positive 1. So I would put a 1 on the y-intercept. I would use the slope to go rise over run, so positive 2 would go up 2, and then right 3. And that is our line. Now again, many people struggle with solving for y because of mainly the dividing by -3 part. So I offer you an alternative. And the alternative is just to find the intercepts. So again, to find the x-intercept, y is equal to 0, which means the y would cancel out and leave you with 2x equals -3. Divide by 2, and we have an x-intercept of -3/2. That would put a point at -1.5, which is right here. To find the y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So if you plug that in, the x term disappears, and you're left with -3y equals -3. If you divide both sides by -3, you get 1. And that's the same as the y-intercept on the other one. Two ways to come up with 2 points to connect. If you solve for y, that's one way, but you have to do it accurately. If you solve for it with intercepts, sometimes that's preferred, and you connect the dots there. It's your choice, but make sure the choice you choose gets you the right answers. And this ends Section 4, Video 2.